What if the most revolutionary car in the world didn't come from Tesla or Toyota, but from a small workshop in Africa? A car that never plugs in, never refuels, and yet never stops moving. This isn't science fiction, it's the story of Maxwell Chikumbutso, the Zimbabwean inventor who claims to have built a self-powered electric vehicle. When we first heard about it, we couldn't believe it either. So we decided to test it ourselves. What we found were 7 shocking discoveries that challenge everything we know about energy and electric vehicles. Our first discovery came during a simple endurance test. The goal was straightforward: drive the car until it stopped. We prepared spare batteries, charging cables, even a backup generator. But to our surprise, we never needed any of them. The car just kept going, 10 hours 15-20, covering over 1,000 kilometers without a single recharge. Voltage levels remained perfectly stable. There were no power drops, no overheating, no signs of battery depletion. That's when we realized we weren't testing an ordinary electric car at all. When we opened the hood, expecting to see a large lithium battery or hydrogen cell, we found something entirely different: a sealed silver metal box labeled MEU, or Micro Energy Unit. It had no visible connection to an external power source, no charging ports, no fuel lines. According to Maxwell, this mysterious unit captures electromagnetic frequencies from the environment and converts them into usable electric energy. It sounded impossible, yet our instruments showed a small but steady flow of power even when the car was switched off, as if the air itself was powering it. We weren't satisfied with that answer, so we dug deeper. We scanned the car from top to bottom, looking for any sign of hidden inputs, under the chassis, behind the dashboard, beneath the seats. But there was nothing. Every cable led back to that single micro energy unit. Our diagnostic tools showed 240 volts coming out, but 0 volts going in. Maxwell explained that the system works through magnetic resonance energy transfer, harvesting power from invisible frequencies all around us. It was as if the car was plugged directly into the atmosphere. To test its limits, we attached a half-ton trailer and drove it uphill. Any normal EV would have drained rapidly under that kind of load, but this one didn't. The power output stayed steady, acceleration smooth, voltage perfectly stable. Even during stress tests, the car refused to show weakness. One of our engineers looked at the data and whispered, "It's like the car is drawing power from an invisible grid." That was our fourth discovery. The car delivered constant power, no matter how hard we pushed it. Then came something truly strange. As we ran more tests, our electromagnetic sensors began picking up a faint energy field around the vehicle. It pulsed in a rhythmic pattern, too structured to be random noise. Some scientists we consulted suggested that it might be the signature of resonance energy harvesting. Others speculated that the car was generating its own localized field, like a miniature power station on wheels. The odd part was that it didn't interfere with nearby electronics or signals. It was silent, stable, and persistent, a phenomenon we couldn't explain. Next, we performed an emissions test. The sensors read nothing: 0 carbon, 0 gas, 0 pollutants. The only measurable output was mild heat from the micro energy unit. Maxwell claimed that his invention recycles electromagnetic energy in a completely closed loop, producing no waste or emissions. If true, this could render both fossil fuels and charging stations obsolete. For the first time, we began to wonder if we were looking at the future of transportation, a machine that could truly power itself forever. Inside the micro energy unit, our final discovery awaited us. Hidden among the circuits was an encrypted chip running what Maxwell called Energy IQ, an artificial intelligence program that manages how the car absorbs and distributes power. It constantly monitors frequency intake, energy conversion, and motor response, balancing everything in real time. Essentially, it's a digital brain that teaches the car how to think about energy. Without it, the entire system would collapse. It wasn't just hardware, it was intelligence powering motion. By the end of our testing, we left both amazed and confused. 7 discoveries, each one raising more questions than answers. simple: drive the car until it ran out of power. We packed everything: spare batteries, measuring instruments, even a generator. But as the hours passed, something strange happened. The car refused to stop. 10 hours, 15, 20, over 1,000 kilometers of non-stop driving. No charging, no fuel. Voltage level stayed completely stable. No drops, no overheating, nothing. The car just kept going. It was the moment we realized this wasn't a normal EV. When we opened the hood expecting a large lithium battery, we found a sealed metallic box labeled NE, Micro Energy Unit. No charging, no cables running to an external power source. According to Maxwell, this box captured and amplified electromagnetic energy from the environment, transforming invisible frequencies into electrical power. It sounded impossible, but even when the car was off, our sensors detected a steady flow of voltage. The air around it seemed alive. Still skeptical, we searched for hidden inputs, under the seats, beneath the chassis, behind the panels. Nothing. Every circuit led back to that mysterious unit. Our meters showed a 240-volt output, but zero input. How could something generate energy from nothing? Maxwell explained it through magnetic resonance, an advanced form of energy transfer that harvests natural frequencies. If true, this technology could redefine how the world understands power itself. To push it further, we loaded the car with a half-ton trailer and took it uphill. Normally, this would drain an EV battery in minutes, but the car climbed effortlessly. Voltage output didn't drop even once. Acceleration stayed smooth. One of our engineers looked at the monitor and whispered, "It's like the car is connected to an invisible grid." We had to agree. Then we noticed something else, a faint electromagnetic field around the vehicle. Our sensors picked up rhythmic pulses, steady and deliberate. Some said it was the signature of resonance energy harvesting. Others suggested it was proof that the car created its own localized power zone. Whatever it was, it didn't interfere with electronics. But it was there, quiet, invisible, and powerful. Next came the emissions test. We connected our sensors, expecting to see at least minimal heat waste. But the readings shocked us: zero carbon, zero gas, zero emission. The only thing detected was mild warmth from the micro energy unit.
No combustion.
No residue.
Just clean. Silent power.
Maxwell told us the process recycled electromagnetic energy in a closed loop, a system that could, in theory, run forever. If verified, this could make fuel stations and charging networks completely obsolete.
Inside the micro-énergie unie, les hors vingtaine finale discovery. A microchip running encrypted artificial intelligence programme.
Maxwell called it Energy IQ. It monitored every part of the car: frequency intake, conversion, and motor output. In simple terms, it was a digital brain learning how to balance energy in real time. It didn't just power the car, it taught the car how to think about energy. This wasn't merely a mechanical device, it was intelligent motion. By the time our tests ended, we had seen things we couldn't explain. 7 discoveries.
7 mysteries.
Each one challenging the limits of science and imagination. Could this really be free energy? Or are we glimpsing a new kind of physics still waiting to be understood? Whatever the truth, one thing is undeniable: this invention demands attention. It could change the way we power our homes, our cities, even our planet. Maybe, just maybe, this small workshop in Zimbabwe is where the future begins. If you want us to test this car again, or investigate Maxwell's other inventions, type "test it again" in the comments. Like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss what comes next. Because this is only the beginning of the self-powered revolution who left Maxwell's workshop that evening with more questions than answers. As the sun dipped below the horizon, the car's metallic body reflected a strange golden glow, almost as if it were alive. Maxwell stood quietly beside it, hands in his pockets, a calm smile on his face. "You see," he said softly, "energy is all around us. We just forgot how to use it." Those words lingered long after we drove away. In a world obsessed with scarcity, this man was talking about infinite abundance. Over the next few days, we analyzed the data, every voltage reading, every frequency trace, every millisecond of footage.
Nothing made sense.
The output numbers were consistent, but the energy input was non-existent. It defied the fundamental law of thermodynamics. We sent our findings to 3 independent labs, all of which confirmed the readings. Still, none could explain how. One scientist replied, "If this data is accurate, it means our understanding of physics is incomplete." The discovery was both thrilling and terrifying. If Maxwell's technology is real, it could end dependence on fossil fuels, dismantle trillion-dollar industries, and rewrite the balance of global power. Imagine a world where cars, homes, and factories never need to recharge, where every object generates its own energy from the environment.
A world where pollution fade and power belong to everyone.
But revolutions like this never come quietly. Throughout history, inventors who challenged the status quo often faced disbelief, suppression, or worse.
Maxwell knows that.
He's been offered millions to sell his design, but he refuses. He says the world isn't ready for true freedom. Standing there, watching him close the garage doors, we couldn't help but feel we had witnessed the beginning of something monumental, the kind of innovation that future generations might study in history books. Whether science can explain it or not, the evidence we saw was undeniable. A car that drives without fuel, a machine that challenges reality itself. So where does that leave us? For now, Maxwell continues to refine his design, away from the noise of the media. He believes one day, people will understand that power doesn't come from the ground. It comes from the universe itself. Maybe he's right. Maybe we're standing at the edge of a new energy era, one born not in a laboratory, but in the heart of Africa. As our video ends, the question remains, are we ready for this change? Because if Maxwell Chikumbutso's invention truly works, it won't just change transportation, it will change humanity.
This is not the end of the story. It's the spark before the storm. The dawn before a revolution.
And if you've made it this far, you're already part of that revolution. So stay tuned, because next time, we're not just going to test it, we're going to race it.